So it's finally that time. Let's talk about what I'm watching in fall 2023. Just know I'm watching 40 anime. I'm watching a lot. Just know this season is packed with a lot of stuff I'm actually enjoying compared to like last season. Last season had like a drop off. There was probably like 5 or 10 anime I really enjoyed and the rest were kind of meh. But this season is packed with stuff I'm actually really enjoying though. But let's talk about these anime though. First one I gotta talk about is My Daughter Left the Nest and Returned an S rank adventurer. I've actually been enjoying this one a lot because I like the dynamic between the father and the daughter. And like in the first few episodes you saw there's going to be like this trend that maybe they might have been doing like this trope of like the daughter never seeing the father, but they broke that trope and they're like, yeah, we ain't doing that, and the daughter actually did get to finally see the father. I like the dynamic between them, and it seems like the father low-key is kind of OP compared to his daughter. Even though his daughter's S rank, the daughter still can't beat him, so that's the one interesting thing. All right, next one I'm watching is Frieren Beyond Journey's End. Probably the anime from this season I was looking forward to the most because one, I read the manga and I was looking forward to this, and hey boy, Madhouse is in their bag with this anime. They've been animating it beautifully, and I'm so happy they're animating this so goddamn good because Frieren deserves it because it's a really great series. All right, next one is Firefighter Daigo, Rescue in the Orange. Now I know back in the 90s there was a movie that was made of this, and this is kind of like a sequel or whatever, but this one is mainly about firefighters. It does have some really good storytelling in my opinion when it comes to like characters and all that, but also the main character, I hate him. Now the reason why I mainly hate the main guy is because his whole motivation to be a firefighter is so stupid, because he did it because the girl he liked, he saw that she had a firefighter thing on her phone, and I'm like, dog, that's a stupid reason. You know why? Because the girl that he saw that girl actually wanted to be a firefighter, and he's just doing this because he wants to get with her. And I'm like, dog, very stupid when she actually has a goal and you're just following at to try and get some pussy. I digress. Next one is Ragnar Crimson. Now Ragnar Crimson's first episode was 47 minutes, and I'll just say this: the reasons the dragons are attacking is very dumb. It's because of a basically bakery shop getting closed. Very dumb. I remember somebody was trying to say like, oh, it actually makes sense because this was the only reason why the dragons were keeping them alive. Like when that person told me that, I'm like, oh, I'm supposed to believe the bakery shop has been here since the beginning of time. I'm like, no, the dragons just happened not to fight. Like, I like, stop the cap. You know that reason is very stupid. Crimson is actually way more interesting than the main guy. The main guy is very bland, but Crimson actually has a personality. He's actually really interesting in my opinion. Next one is Shangri-La Frontiers. Now this one's a really good one. The animation is really good, and this one is the one where the guy, he's playing the video game and he always plays trash video games, but then finally he beats one of these trash video games. He's like, and the shop owner's like, here, how about you play this S tier game? He gets in the S tier game. He starts having the time of his life. The first few episodes have been really good. I can't wait for the next episode because he's finally going to meet like one of his other friends that's from games that's in this game, and I can't wait because she looks like she's like a badass. Because one, she's a player killer, and I can't wait to see what happens there. Next one is The Family Circumstances of the Irregular Witch. Now this is the interesting one because you have the witch that looks like a little kid, and then she has a daughter that's 16 that does not look like she's 16, but like this one's just that chill slice of life comedy one between like the witch and then like her human daughter that happens to learn magic, and they get into other like wacky things. This one's a pretty chill one, and I've been enjoying it for the most part. Next one is Overtake. Now this one's good. This is probably the sleeper hit of the season. This one is basically about like F4 cars and like racing and all that, and just know it's good. The animation looks good, but the storytelling is really good. That first episode was so good because you had this guy that was a photographer, and like he basically could not take pictures anymore of people because he had some type of trauma from the past. But just know the first episode was so good. Like if you have not seen this one, watch it because Overtake is so good, and I feel like it's the most underrated anime of this season. Next one is Berserker Gluttony. Now this is one of I've heard a lot about when it comes to the like whatever the source material was, the light novels or the manga. I don't remember which one it was, but I've heard of the series and people have hyped this up. But the anime, I can't lie, is a snooze fest. Like it has some cool aspects to it, but at the same time I'm bored each episode. The girl is way more interesting than the guy. Maybe it will start to pick up because the next episode that's coming out, it looks like he's finally going to be fighting them like holy knights. He's going to kill one of them, so I'm hoping that picks up. But at the same time, this has been a snooze fest in my opinion. This next one, bruh, Millie and Dolly. This one is so wacky and trippy. It's made by the same creator that made Haven't You Heard This Is Sakamoto, that one, but like it's so wacky and trippy. Like it's a mystery anime at the same time. The two brothers, they be on some of the wildest stuff. Like the way they be moving, we'll be having you like, what is happening? There are some hilarious moments in here. There's some like, bruh, this anime is something, but it is really good in my opinion. Now next one's another mystery anime. That is Ron Komohashi's Forbidden Deductions. This one is basically about this guy that's a detective, and then he gets help from this other guy that's like was like a really good detective, but he got banned from like the big world like detective agency that makes the best detectives in the world or whatever, because basically piques his interest because he always wants to solve these crimes. But the flaw he has is that he always pushes the people that commit the crimes to like the worst, to basically, you know, kill themselves, and that's what kind of like ruins him. That's why he can't be a detective. But the other guy that's the cop always stops it from happening, so like they kind of have this yin yang yo type of thing as of right now. But just know also I gotta say shout out to the cat that's in this anime, because the cat be looking like it's knocked out, having the time of its life. But yeah, this one's been pretty good for the most part. Now the next one is Shy. This is one I've heard about, and boy, Shy is good. The animation looks good, the story's good. Like, Shy's actually been really good, and I enjoy the superhero aspects because we're actually seeing them do superhero shit instead of always seeing them fight some goddamn villain. Because that's, in my opinion, I hate seeing that because that gets repetitive, seeing the superhero fight the villain instead of just seeing the superhero actually just save civilians and do superhero shit and like balance their daily life. I like seeing stuff like that. It's different. Yes, there is other stuff that's in here and it will come along, but yes, Shy's been really good. The next one is one of my favorites from the season, and that is I'm in love with the villainess. Hey, watch this in dub. Watch this in dub. I'm telling you, who cares? If you're a sub elitist, I do not care. Watch it in dub because it's so goddamn funny. And the dub came out the same day that the sub did. Now, this is a villainess anime. This one is different because you have the girl. She basically gets reincarnated in like the protagonist that's of the villainess anime. And the thing is, the woman, she loves the villainess because whenever she played this Otome game, she always loved the villainess and always talked to like the villainess. And now that she's reincarnated in this game, she's always bugging like the villainess, and it's so goddamn funny. And she always talks about how she loves her and all this other stuff. But I will say this, episode 3 has some really good dialogue about like girls love and all this other stuff, being a lesbian, all this other stuff, and has some really good dialogue in my opinion. But yeah, this one is my favorite from the season because it's so goddamn funny. The next one is a playthrough of a certain dude's VR MMO light. This one is another snooze fest. I can't lie, this one's been very boring to me. Maybe when some other characters appear in the show it might get better, but this one has been mad boring to me and I have not been enjoying this one. Like, it's been mad. The next one is I'm giving the disgraceful noble lady. I rescued a crash course in naughtiness. Now this one, like, the title is wild, saying a crash course in naughtiness, but it's like, it's basically this guy that everybody says he's the demon lord, but he's actually not a demon lord. He's just like a wizard or whatever. And like, you have this girl that gets framed. He finds her in the forest and they start living together, and he's trying to like slowly but surely like get her to start being like, live her life better because she was raised horribly. We saw that she was beat on and treated horribly, and he's basically just trying to like teach her other stuff in life and all this other things. And it looks like it's gonna be a slow burn type of relationship along with some little funny moments with other characters, because they have had other characters in here that have been funny, but I've enjoyed it for the most part. Now next one is Bullbuster. Now this one was one I was planning on not watching at first, but then I clicked on it and I was like, oh, this is pretty interesting. So basically you have this island or just like this area or whatever, it got taken over by these, you have these weird CGI monsters that basically look like naked mole rats that are on this island, because like all the monsters on there are just naked and they look like they're naked mole rats. Like, they don't look exactly like a naked mole rat, but just like, you know how a naked mole rat like has no hair and all that, that's how they look. Yeah, it's people that are basically hired to go hunt all of them, and they have like these interesting like robot things, because it's not really like a real like mecha thing. Like, they're more like construction robots. They look like something they would use construction things for. But yeah, I've enjoyed this one for the most part. Now the next one is one I've also been enjoying that I also will say is really underrated, and that is 16-bit Sensation Another Layer. So this one follows this girl that loves shoujo games, and she also works at a gaming company, but like at her gaming company she's never able to basically make the games that she wants to make, and she wants to make shoujo games because those are like the peak of the peak to her. And this one has a really nice vibe, especially because it makes you feel like the 90s, like the 90s era, especially because the main character, she gets sent back in time whenever she opens one of these shoujo games that she gets from this old lady, and she goes back in time and she's working at this game company. I've really been messing with this one a lot. Hey, shout out to the ending, because the ending has a really chill vibe, and I love like the aesthetic that this whole anime has, because they're doing kind of like 90-ish aesthetics even with the music. It's been really good, but like I said, it's a vastly underrated anime from this season. Next one is another banger from this season. That is the Kingdom of Ruins. Now this one is good dog. I bought the manga, that's how good this one was. Like, the whole shock factor that's happening here, yes, it's a revenge anime, but this one is a good revenge anime, because you know there's some revenge anime that feel repetitive, but this one is justified and it's being so good. Each episode leaves you on a cliffhanger wanting more, and like, it's one of them ones, like, you know anime is good when it leaves you on a cliffhanger each episode and you're just like, yo, what is happening? That's how good Kingdom Ruin is. I got a video on Kingdom Ruin, so if you haven't seen that, go watch it. But yes, this is the one. If you want to watch anything from this season, watch Kingdom Ruin and a few other ones, but yeah, one's been really good. Next one I'm watching is the Yuzuki's Family's Four Sons. Now this one's a little wholesome one, because one, you have 4 brothers that live together because their family passed away, and you have the oldest brother, he's the one that's the only one that's adult, and you have he has 2 little brothers that are basically in middle school, and then one that's in basically elementary, kindergarten, whatever, and he basically has to take care of all of them. And we see in this anime, we kind of get perspective each episode, like how each brother kind of feels about certain situations, and maybe their impact, and maybe some trauma they have from like losing their parents, and like how they basically adjusted from like basically not having their parents, or like adjusted to even like having brothers and all this other things. But this one's been really good, and I've been enjoying it each week, but it's a really wholesome anime, and I like this one a lot too. Next one is Under Ninja, another very odd anime, and I mean very odd, because there's some very odd moments here, from them having basically a thing that can turn them invisible, but it's only their upper body and not their head, just like a t-shirt, or it just covers that that very weird. From a whole, like, the way they do time in this anime, because like they do like certain scenes that happened in the past and they show it to the present, how it's connecting. But yeah, it's a ninja anime. It's a very odd ninja anime in my opinion though. Next one is our dating story, the experience you and the inexperienced me. Now this is the anime that a lot of people probably have talked about, because this is the one where you have the girl that basically has got around. She slept with a lot of people because she's had a lot of boyfriends, and this one's had a very interesting, you know, commentary from certain people, because you know they feel a certain way about a female character in an anime basically, you know, being experienced and having sex and all this other things. They feel like there's some problem with it because they think every girl, you know, has to be a virgin, all this other stuff. So yeah, that's how I've been, just know I have a whole videos on TikTok where people are complaining about that, when I'm like, dog, for one, it's a drawing, and then for two, like, did y'all not go to high school? There are clearly a lot of people in high school that did shit, and I'm like, dog. And there's also male anime characters that are just like this female character, but I know it's that double standard shit, and that's why they're doing it. But I digress though. This one's been alright. It's not really nothing special because it reminds me of a lot of different anime. It reminds me of My First Girlfriend's a Gal, and then like that happy married, I think it was like My Happy, what's that bullshit called? Happy Married Couple. The one where the two, it's the one where like the school and they have to have like act like they're married and they go to that school, whatever. I digress. That one, yeah, it reminds me of a mixture of those two anime though, but it's been alright though. The next one I'm watching is The Power of Hope Precure Flu Boom. Now this is basically part of the Precure basically franchise, and this one is like a spin-off to like two other Precures that came out. I forgot exactly which one it is, but yeah, just know there are adults in here. So yeah, we got basically adult magical girls, and we basically get to see them as adults. All these characters that we saw when they were young in middle school, they're finally adults, and we see that they achieved whatever dreams they were trying to achieve, and like how they're struggling in life and all these other things. So that's why I really like this one. Yeah, I will say I am disappointed because when they turned into magical girls, they actually turned to magical girls and not magical women, which would have been way cooler. Just saying, in my opinion, would have been way cooler. But I've really been enjoying this one. All right, the next one is The Vexation of a Shut-In Vampire Princess. Now, as the title says, this is about a vampire that basically is a shut-in, and she's a shut-in because she got bullied at school, and she does not want to ever leave because she got bullied very harshly. But I've really been enjoying this one because the episodes have picked up, and I like the main girl as the main character. I really like her, and I like the other girl that's with her, was the maid, because we got some backstory, and I do think the main girl is going to start to turn up, and she actually is going to become OP, because one is she's leading basically this group of like army, because like in their world, like they go to war for fun because nobody can die basically from like dying from war and other things. They can always get revived or whatever, so because they have like these certain like cores or whatever in each country that revives people. But yeah, she's basically faking like she's actually OP because basically her dad put in a word, because like she told her dad, she's like, yo, she's like, oh, I would only go out if I can become the ruler of this country. Her dad basically put in a word with like the queen or whatever, or like the ruler of the country, and they're like, oh, guess what, you can be in charge of all this group and military and all that. And she's just like, oh no. But yeah, I've really been enjoying this one a lot. So the next one I'm watching is Tirmu Empire. This one's about a princess that basically gets sent back in time because in her regular timeline she gets killed on the guillotine because like her country, because there's like a revolution and everybody liked her as the ruler and all that. She's basically trying to find ways to like lead away from the guillotine that she does not get packed up because she does not want to die. Next one is A Returner's Magic Should Be Special. Now I'll say this one has some really good animation. I will say the animation does slap. I will say the CGI dragon was kind of ass, but besides that, the rest of the animation was really good. Besides the hair, it'd be looking weird because they do like this weird mixtures and they give people all these different kind of basically highlights in each of their hair, and it does not look good. But the story, it's something, because basically I'm still kind of confused about a few things, because like this guy's at this school and they get sent into like this like spirit world or whatever, and they basically get sent there to get tested to see like what class they would go to and all this other stuff. But then at the beginning of the anime, it seems like something happened like in that world, so I'm not sure exactly what happened. Like, but this one's been pretty good to me so far. I've been enjoying it for the most part, but it's all right. If y'all read like I think it had a manhwa, y'all can let me know in the comments. Now next one's another one of my favorite from this season, that is I Shall Survive Using Potions. Now this one's funny because it's basically about this woman that gets basically accidentally killed by the god of Earth, because the god of Earth was basically closing up like these spaces and all like these time spaces that happen. He happened to basically chop her in half. But the one thing I really liked about this anime is the main woman, she basically was able to say goodbye to all her friends and like all her family before she got sent to the other world. And then when she gets sent to the other world, she basically finesses like the goddess there and tells her like, yo, I need all of this, and gets all the powers that she needs. And this one's been some funny moments, because anytime somebody sees that she's basically like some OP person or anything like that, or like she's really profitable and all that, she always runs away because she's like, yo, I am not staying here and letting y'all take advantage of me. And it was also like some really good commentary about like how the queen, like how queens and like nobles like abuse their power, and like how queens and like women are all treated when it comes to their noble husbands. So yeah, I've really been rocking with this one. Next one is Protocol Rain. Now this is the one that had the nasty ass CGI as soon as you click on the anime, and they're playing a nasty ass looking fake ass Valorant. This one's basically going to be about esports gamers and all that, and you have like these group of people that are basically going to be, they're basically pro gamers and all that. And like it shows this guy that has like this kind of trauma because he used to play this game a lot. It seems like he played the game too much, and his little sister one day went outside, got in a car accident, so now she's crippled. And he kind of takes that for a while, and that's why he doesn't want to play the game. And eventually he's going to play the game again with some of his friends or whatever. But yeah, this one's been okay besides that nasty ass CGI. Next one is the 100 Girlfriends Who Really That Long Ass One Love You. This one's been like it's not really, to me, it's not for me. Like this is not an anime that really is for me at all. This is for some of y'all other ones. Like this one's I know some of y'all enjoy this one, but to me it's been kind of whatever. Like it's not one I really care about. Like it comes on Sundays, and like it's one of the ones I forget about sometimes. Like I think last week I forgot about it even came out, and then I had to watch it like on Wednesday or something. But yeah, so I know some of y'all enjoy this, but for me it's kind of meh. All right, next one is Stardust Telepath. Now this one's interesting because essentially you have this girl that feels like she does not fit in, and she's like, yo, I'll fit in with aliens and all that. And eventually we find out at her school there is an alien, and the way they basically talk is like the alien puts her head on the girl, it's like forehead, and that's how they talk, because the main girl's kind of super shy and antisocial, and like the alien girl, she's very outgoing and all that. But yeah, this one's been a pretty chill anime. I've been enjoying it for the most part. Now the next one's another one I've heard a lot about when it comes to the manga, and that is Undead Unluck, and this one's been phenomenal. I've been enjoying the episode so far. I do gotta watch the newest episode because I forgot about it, because this is one that's on Hulu, so you know that's when I have to of course hop on my pirate ship to watch, because I ain't got Hulu, and even if I had Hulu I would not use it because you know them ads suck. But yeah, Undead Unluck has been really good. I'll probably check out the manga after I finish the anime. Now the last one of the new anime is the Apothecary Diaries, and it came out finally on Saturday, and boy, it lived up to the hype, because I've heard about this for so long, and I've heard the manga's so good, and I've been waiting for this, and boy, that opening is good. Visually, it looks stunning, and the opening song is so good too. Yes, hey, this anime is good. Now, this might be one of the best of the season. Hey, Momo as a main character is so good, because Momo's hilarious, because she's so nonchalant, and I love that about her. That's like, dog, the dude that's supposed to be the handsome guy in here, she's just like, ill, disgusting, because she'd be seeing all the nasty shit that man be doing, and she'd be like, ill, no. She's like, I do not want you. She's like, I only care about poison. But this one's been so goddamn good. All right, let me get to the anime that got new seasons this season. The Saint's Magic Powers is Omnipotent season 2. If you liked season 1, then you enjoy this one. I've been enjoying this one because I enjoyed season 1, and I like the main girl, because one, you had two characters that got transported to this world, and like the main girl, Say, she basically was treated as like not the saint, and then you find out she is the saint. And I'll say this episode is 1, they're going crazy hard at like one scene for the animation, but this season looks like it's going to be like her getting closer to the Duke, because like they're going to this dance, and we'll see how it is, and like maybe other people are learning about her being the saint. The next one is the Emerson Shadow season 2. You know, Edgelord. Even though the main character I don't like, because he's bland as a main character, he's very bland. All the other girls are way more interesting, but this first arc that we had with the vampire arc was really good. I actually enjoyed that one a lot, and I can't wait to see what else is going to happen this season, especially because we saw the sister get a bigger role this season, especially with her basically, you know, having a connection to that one witch. But yeah, I really enjoyed this one a lot. Next one is the Ancient Magus Bride season 2 part 2. Now if you know, part 1 came out in the springtime, and then you know they took that break. You know, basically part 1 they left us on that cliffhanger, like something was happening at the school, and the school basically got shut down or just like sealed off to the outside world. And we basically see what's happening in this season. We see a lot of people are getting sick right now from something, so there's still that mystery of like where they're looking for this book, and this one's still been good. Next one is the Rising Shield Hero season 3. Now season 2, if you were watching season 2, you know the first half of season 2 was ass with that turtle shit, but season 3 so far has been good. We see they're basically going to save more of the slaves, because they go to that other country, and then they meet a thickie, and I mean a thickie icky, and you find out that like she knows Reptalia, and like they grew up whatever. It's like this one older woman, and just know she thicky icky, and also she can transform into like a killer whale type of beast woman, but when she's not that killer whale, she's thicky icky. But yeah, I'm looking forward to see where this season is going to go, because I knew this season would be really good, because you know beginning of season 2 was ass, but I knew season 3 would be really good. All right, next one is Arc Knight. So Arc Knight came back. I'm not even sure this, I just count this as like a new season because it has a different name, but like it's continuing the story of like the Arc Knight, if you remember watching that. Arc Knight just randomly ended, I think last year or earlier this year, with like 8 episodes, but it's like now we're getting the rest of it looks like. And if you're watching Arc Knight, you know the animation looked really good, and I'm still enjoying the story of this one. So next one I'm watching is Goblin Slayer season 2. You know, it's been a minute since we had some Goblin Slayer content, because you know we had that movie, but I just mean like actually long form content, and I'm happy because Goblin Slayer is actually a really good series. Yes, you have the crazy graphic scenes that are from the goblins at times, but at the same time it has to show that these goblins are really crazy, and I'm curious to see where this season's gonna go, because so far it's looking pretty interesting with them basically training some of these rookie recruits and having the connection of that new redhead wizard with the connection to that one woman that was in the, you know, in the first episode, you know, what happened to the women there and all that. Yeah, that was pretty interesting that they made that connection. Next one is a very stupid anime, and that is Girlfriend. And if you know this series, you know it's the guy where he's two-timing and then you have another girl that's in love with him. But in this season, we get the other friend and then we find out she's really in love with the main guy, and you know, she's living with him now. This is just a stupid anime, like a very stupid anime, because you know all the characters are very stupid besides Shino. She's the only smart one, even though she's basically used for fan service at this point, because every time something happens with her, the cuz is always like grabbing on her and some shit. But yeah, this one's just a stupid anime. I know a lot of y'all, some of y'all enjoy this shit, but it's just a stupid anime in my opinion. All right, the next one is the Faraway Paladin season 2. Faraway Paladin season 1 was really good. It was an underrated isekai. Yes, it's a slow burn. I will say it is one of those slow burn type of anime, but it's still good. Season 2 looks like it's going to pick up right where season 1 left off, and we're still getting like more about this world and some of the people there, because we see we're introduced to dwarfs in this season. But yeah, this one's been pretty good so far. Next one is Spy Family season 2. I'm happy about this because I enjoy Spy Family a lot. I didn't even know that season 2 was coming out this year. I thought it was coming out next year until like I saw like in the summertime they're like, oh, season 2 is coming out. But yeah, I'm happy to see it because I really enjoy the manga a lot, so I'm just happy to see more of the anime animated. Now the last one that's a new anime from this season is Pretty Derby season 3. You know, this is the horse racing anime, and you know this is like the super popular series because they have that super popular marble game over there in Japan. And if you like to see the other 2 seasons, then you'll really enjoy this one. This one's following kind of the little girls that were from last season, because now they go to this school and they're racing and all that, and we get a little focus on a few other characters, but not really much as of right now. But we'll see how the season goes. Now the last thing I'm watching this season is JJK Jujutsu Kaisen season 2, and boy, Mappa's been in their bag when it comes to animating fights. I'll say when it comes to Mappa, they know how to animate fights, especially for JJK. They go above and beyond, and yes, this one's been good, and I can't wait to see the rest of Shibuya arc because I know how much is gonna happen, because bro, there's so much that happens in the Shibuya arc, and I can't wait to see it animated because boy, we're getting super close to some crazy stuff. But yeah, these are all the anime I'm watching this season. Like I told you, I'm watching 40 anime, which is a lot, and then I mean Pluto is still coming out, but I think Pluto is all going to come out like in one chunk. I'm pretty sure Netflix is going to put it all in one chunk, knowing them. But yeah, let me know, what are y'all watching this season? Let me know, what are y'all favorite anime from this season? I'm curious what people's favorite anime are. And also, if y'all not following me on TikTok, go follow me on TikTok too. That's where I make majority of my content at now. Yes, I am coming back for YouTube and posting more, but at the same time, I post way more on TikTok though than like videos you even see on here. Especially, I talk about a lot more anime on there than I can on this channel. But yeah, let me know what are y'all favorite anime this season. Enjoy the video. Why not like? If you didn't, you could dislike, subscribe, you really enjoyed. But yeah, this actually has been a really good season because there's a lot of anime I've actually been enjoying a lot. And also, I forgot about one. I'm watching 41 anime because I forgot about Dark Gathering. Dark Gathering is another continuing anime. And hey, I forgot again. I'm watching 42 because I forgot about Helk. I forgot about Dark Gathering and Helk. I'm also watching those too. So damn. Yeah, I might have to put something at the beginning of the video saying like, yeah, not 41. I got to put 43. I'm watching 42 anime, I mean, though. But yeah, I'm done. I got to get out here before this video gets too long. But yeah, thanks for watching. See you next video. Bye.